process of conceptualizing and creating a work of art is a laborious one. Once an idea is formulated, it can often feel effortless to create what you imagine. The intent powering your medium, flowing seamlessly from brain to canvas. But cultivating that idea is an entirely different story. How does one go about finding inspiration? How do you take what you're passionate about and translate it into a concept for its physical manifestation? Enter idea diagramming, a way to map the natural flow of your thoughts to flesh out why what you find fascinating excites you. Beginning by simply identifying a few of your personal interests, you may eventually stumble across an idea that sparks your creativity and transforms your inner dialogue into a work of art. For me personally, the two things that interest me most, that I spend the most time thinking about, are art and the way the society functions. In my idea diagram, I branch off from art and ask myself two questions. What kind of art and why? For the former, surrealism and commentary art immediately come to mind. Art like that of New York's Guerrilla Girls, that draws on humor, facts, and social commentary to make a point. But why does that interest me? I like art because it takes the internal and makes it physical in a way that words alone cannot. From this, an idea sparks. Maybe I'd like to create something that uses words and imagery in tandem. Leaving art alone for a minute, I revisit society as an interest of mine. There are two aspects of social experience that I can't seem to ever stop thinking about: human psychology and justice. Justice interests me in how the underdogs, the overlooked, the untouchables can use the tools at their disposal to combat what is unjust in the world and avoid being taken advantage of by those in power. My mind connects this train of thought back to psychology. What does psychology have to do with justice? Well, people often feel more secure in what they believe when they realize that others believe it too. Many revolutions occur because like-minded people were able to come together, solidify their ideals, and make change in a world they believed to be corrupt. One such revolution, which has always intrigued me, is communism. Fueled by a hatred of the ruling class and a desire for the needs of humanity to be met, communist ideology has inspired several generations to think beyond capitalism to a future where struggle is not the norm. It led me, within my idea diagram, to my spark. Time and money have become synonymous. It's gotten to a point where the value of life feels equal to the number in your bank account. But when that is true, every moment you spend in leisure is a lost amount of money. At the very least, you could be working a minimum wage job, as surely even $7.25 is more valuable than an hour of downtime spent doing anything you actually enjoy. And so that idea, that passion of mine, turned into this 4-panel piece. The 30-minute bath that soothes me after a stressful day, that's $3.63 I just lost out on. That's enough for 2 cheeseburgers. How about taking your dog for a walk on a Saturday evening? I could have made $4.55 during that 45 minutes if I'd been at work instead of exercising. The 6 hours it takes me to read a book, I lost out on a minimum of $43.50. 16 more of those and I'd have enough for a new iPhone. What about sleeping? We spend a third of our day doing it. If we weren't so lazy, we could be making $58 whole to increase our self-worth in a way sleeping never will. I was able to map out my thought processes, allowing me to determine what interests me and how those interests could be combined. Idea diagrams are a great way to help anyone sort out the jumbled mess of incoherent noise in their brain, and maybe, just maybe, spark a work of art.